Hello, 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 everyone. I'm trying out to go live on Facebook as well as on Instagram at the same time. So let's see how this is going to work out. Just gonna give it a few more minutes. Seeing if anyone is hopping online to join me. As today I will be unpacking what it means to own your stage and what I mean specifically with that. Because you hear me saying this quite a lot in my stories and posts or videos, owning your stage unapologetically. But what do I actually mean with that? Because it's so much more than owning your stage, perhaps just online. Because the online world is such a small window of the world that we are actually playing in, right? So owning your stage, to me it means that we are allowing our body and we honoring our body to lead us. Owning our stage, not only online, in our line of work as a coach or mentor, whatever you are co-creating in this beautiful world, but also in daily life, owning your stage when you walk into a room, when you walk into a restaurant, when you walk on the beach, constantly, that you are present in the now, embodied in your beautiful body. Owning your stage, no matter where you are, wherever you are, always, unapologetically, in all that you are and even beyond. In trust and confidence, allowing your body to lead you. This is very important to me, allowing your body to lead you. To me, that's a really important aspect of owning our stage, because our body is constantly communicating with us. Our body is our guiding star. Our body is leading us. It's not our minds, it's our body, it's our heart. So, owning your stage. Are you owning your stage? Are you owning your stage in the online space, in the offline space? And I would also love to hear what it means to you. What feeling is being brought to the surface for you when you hear me saying, own your stage unapologetically? And can you feel into that it's so much more than just the online space? That it's really daily life, embodied in the beautiful feminine and the beautiful masculine energies, weaving magic. And as we are owning our stage, as you are owning your stage, you are coding your stage simultaneously. And what do I mean with that? Because it's one thing to own it, right? It's one thing to be present, to speak your authentic truth, to speak your voice unapologetically, to dance, to move in your way, all the way. And as you are doing that, you are coding your stage, because your frequency will be felt when you walk into the room, when you show up online, in a live or in a post or on your stories. It's that frequency signature. It's your unique soul codex. It are your unique gifts that you are anchoring in this physical world, but also in this online world. So how are you coding this stage? How are you weaving? How are you anchoring your codes? And this is online and offline. It's both worlds. And a lot of us, we very pumped and keen and eager and doing the grit work, traveling. We are being called to go to specific places and very powerful vortexes and portals in the world, to open new libraries, to anchor codes, to awaken, to anchor codes in Gaia's crystalline grids, to clear, to release, to dissolve, to upgrade. But here's the thing. We are doing exactly the same when we are posting something online, when you're writing a blog, when you're sharing a video, when you're sharing your art. In the online space, you are coding this online galaxy as well with your unique soul frequency and signature. Isn't that beautiful, right? So, are you at present coding your stage unapologetically? Are you still holding back? Are you being fully present? Or are there still some things, codes active in your field and in your body? Limiting beliefs and fears, doubts, beliefs in how you're supposed to show up in order to fit into certain boxes. Meaning that you're still wearing masks. Meaning that you maybe not fully speaking your voice in the way that you like to talk and speak. In your unique soul frequency. And here's another thing that I've been seeing and I've been witnessing and I have been participating in myself as well. That when we show up online and offline, I'm really talking about both worlds today, that we always need to be in this high vibe, that we always need to be all the way vibed up. But is that real? Is that authentic? Is that showing up in your realness, your rawness, unapologetically? I don't believe so. Because we constantly in a different flow. So we cannot be all the time pumped up and high on life. So it's making it much more real for me, personally, to see more realness and rawness and aspects of who you truly are, in the ups, in the downs, in the shadow, in the light, in the feminine, in the masculine, in the sun, and moon, in all seasons, as we are moving constantly. And that's fucking scary, right? Because that means that we truly require to show up in our vulnerability. Hello, Eureka. That has been a long time. So nice to join. So showing up in our vulnerability, that also means something different for every one of us. Because each time there will be a new layer to be revealed. Each time there will be a new layer of a multidimensionality that's ready to be embodied. So this is a constant cycle, continuously, of ascending and descending back in our body, embodying more of our soul, embodying more of our unique soul frequency, gifts, soul codex. So what are you still holding back? I'm curious to know. What are you still holding back? What gifts are you not sharing yet? Maybe you are afraid. Maybe there is shame or guilt. Maybe there is fear, doubt, fear of not being accepted, being the weirdo, being too much. That's also like being too much. But I would like to see more of the unpolished you. No longer dimming your lights in order to fit in. Because as New Earth leaders, as mission souls, star seeds and earth seeds, you came here to do things completely differently. You are leading the way. And that takes a lot of bravery. Being bold, stepping out of your comfort zone over and over and over again. Because for each new level, there's a new devil. So once we become more comfortable in who we are in this version, then tomorrow we wake up as a different version. And then again, there's some alchemizing and transcending that we require to fully show up. The constant journey. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, allowing your body to lead you. What I've been seeing and what I've been witnessing is that you're not always listening to the language of your body, to the whispers of the heart, to the intuition. But our body is leading us. Let that sink in. Our body is leading us. Your body is leading you. It's the most advanced tool and technology you are working with. It's your physical body. And we're upgrading our physical body from a carbonized body to a light body. So yes, it's quite the journey. Detoxing, releasing, upgrading. But it's beautiful. And another thing that I'm seeing and I'm witnessing in terms of owning your stage is for people to jump from course to course to course to course. Hello, Samantha. But what's the real you? Are you taking those aspects of all these trainings and courses and making it yours? Aligning it with your unique soul codex. Taking only what's in resonance with you. And then start to own the shit out of it. Really start to reclaim those parts of yourself as you are coding your stage. Again, online and offline. Fully embodying these codes, but with your paintbrush, with your uniqueness. Not copy-paste of that one teacher or mentor or coach, but with your flavor. That's also something that I'm missing often. I want to see truly more of you in your fullness, in your rawness. Bringing all these different aspects of everything that you have been learning, everything that you have been taking in, and making it yours. Weaving it with your soul codex. And taking ownership of that. And in order to take ownership, we need to believe it and feel it ourselves. We require to feel fully confident about it. Hello, beautiful. That's been such a long time. How are you doing? Spiritual badass. And Caroline. Hello, hello. Good, nice, nice, nice. So what parts have you still been hiding? What parts have not been fully translated in your frequency signature? Because that's what people are waiting for. What are you holding back? And again, it's very uncomfortable to own that. It's very uncomfortable to do things differently and to speak in your language. And maybe that's not for everyone. And to be okay with that. Because you're not for everyone. I'm not for everyone. And I had to learn to be okay with that. It requires a lot of trust to know in a deep inner knowing that the people that are a frequency match with your frequency signature, they will find you one way or the other. But it's about the embodiment. It's about staying in that timeline. And what often is happening, what I'm seeing, and again, I've been there too, and sometimes I still see myself there, is that we are looping, that we are there, and we are owning it, and we are coding the stage. And then, because it's not immediately appearing, our desires are not immediately appearing in this physicality, because there is a delay. And like at present, the delay is like, we can almost manifest instantly. But still, at sometimes there is a delay, a longer delay in the manifestations. And that's where the fear kicks in. That's where the self-doubt is kicking in. And then we can't shoot in the not-enoughness. And then we're no longer in that timeline. We are in a different timeline now. So all these beautiful things were coming in, and then we're no longer there. So we keep looping. So again, it's about that ownership, about the embodiments of owning your stage unapologetically and staying there no matter what. No matter if no one is responding. No matter if no one is understanding it. No matter if nothing is yet unfolding. Because behind the scenes, in the quantum field, so much is happening and realigning for you in your highest timelines. So it's the trust and the allowance. And just keep moving forward, and keeping yourself in check the moment that you see that you're spiraling down, to again allowing your body to lead you. It's your body, not the mind. So as soon as the voices are starting to speak, and they're becoming louder and louder and louder, to become the witness those voices. Honor the body. What can you do to shift out of it? Is it really true? Is it based on a truth? What that voice is saying, that it's not gonna happen? Or is that just an old self? Is that a limiting belief? Is that a false code? Is that a fear? Is that an insecurity? So the loops, when we looping, we require to step out of it and become the witness. And when we step out of it, we can step back into the ownership. Even owning, especially owning our shadows. Hello, Ingela, thank you for joining. Hello, Carmen. Oh, that's so lovely. That has been such a long time. How are you doing? Please say hi if you're joining. Say hi in the comments. My projector loves that. It's also recognizing and recognition. So, where was I? Yes, the loops. So, what we... Hoi hoi. It also has been a long time. Hoi hoi. I love it. Thank you. The loops, when we are finding ourselves in the loops, the shadows that then surface. Let's no longer avoid the shadows. Let's just face them right on, head on. And not losing ourselves in it, but again, witnessing it, witnessing that version of ourselves, witnessing that shadow, doing whatever we require to do to alchemize it, to transcend it, in order to come back, again, back in the body, embodied, so that our body can lead us, not the mind, but the body. And the shadows often are related to fear and lower densities, fear, shame, guilt, which is actually bringing me to the sexual energy. Because that's our creative force. That's how we are creating anything. And I've been doing a lot of work in spiraling up the sexual energy to my heart. And ascension for me is expanding the heart, is expanding to receive more. So we're spiraling up the energy to open our hearts. But then the next step is to spiral that energy, that life force, that sexual energy to our throats. Because through our throat we manifest. It's through the words and the frequency behind it and the feeling behind it. So it all requires to be in coherence. It's not only thinking happy thoughts, because if we do not feel it, we will still not manifest it in this physical reality. But the throat, it's such an important aspect. To use your voice and to use high frequency words. To become very aware, because we are coding the world as we are speaking. Hello. So it's like spellbounding. So become aware about the frequency behind it, but also start to speak your truth. Start to speak your voice. Again, this is how you manifest. And do self-love practices, self-pleasure practices to work with your Shakti, to work with your life force energy. And you can do this with your partner, of course, which is beautiful, or you can do that by yourself, by self-pleasure practices. And then start to bring that energy up to your heart. Because at the end of the day, it's all about holding more light quota, holding more, so that we can hold more in our fields. Which is bringing me to another aspect that I've been seeing in the field and have been witnessing. And again, here too, I have been doing that too. And still at times I can see myself there. Which is kind of living life and then pulling back. So in order to expand the capacity, in order to hold more, in order to hold more light, to hold more love, to hold more goodness, to hold more sexual energy, to hold more of your sensual energy, to hold more abundance, to hold more wealth, health, we need to get out there. We need to get out there with other people, in community, mingle, in relationships, in partnerships. Because if we lock ourselves up in our rooms or in a house or apartments, yes, of course, if you are in a good vibe and you're feeling good because you just did all your practices, you did your breath work, you did your dancing, you did your movements, your journaling, your prayers, you're eating healthy, of course you're in a good space and you can hold it. But it's just you in that space and there's no one else there, right? So what's happening when you leave the house? What's happening when you start to move in the matrix? What's happening when you're meeting friends and family? What's happening when you are merging yourself in your community? What's happening in your partnership, relationship, or marriage? Because this is where we grow the most. It's in the interaction with others, being out there. And this is where we sometimes completely do this again, and then do this again. This is the play. This is it. But we need to get out there. So if you finding yourself in a loop and you stay behind your laptop in order to code your stage, in order to own your stage, and you're losing yourself at times in writing and creating, but just kind of staying stuck, remove yourself from that frequency, remove yourself from that space, from that environment, and go do something fun. Go do something nourishing for the body and for the human, for your soul, something loving, something uplifting, empowering, and enjoy life. Go dancing, go to the beach, go singing, go, I don't know what you like, what you desire to do, what's bringing you joy, but go do that, and go do that much more than what you are doing right now. Much more. Because we didn't come here to work 24/7. And in order to call in more, we don't need to work more. We require to work with our frequency. Because it's 80% frequency and 20% taking soul-aligned action. So when you are in the right frequency, Of course you are owning your stage. It doesn't matter if you're walking into that restaurant or room or are online. Because you're feeling the joy, you're feeling the beauty, you're feeling the pleasures of life, and you're owning it. Because it's feeling good to the body, to your soul, to your human. So it's the frequency that needs the fine-tuning. It's the frequency that we are working with, that we always continuously coming back to over and over again. So I really would love to invite you to call in more pleasure in your life, to make it fun, to take out the pressure, and to start to honor the language of your body, to start to truly listen to the whispers of your soul, to your heart. And if you're working with human design, to start to honor your authority. For me, it's my spleen. I'm splenic. For others, it's emotional or sacral. Start to work with that. But it can also be your soul or your guides. We all have different ways. It doesn't matter as long as we listen to that. And it's always coming through the body. Remember, our guides and our team, they are communicating through us. We are the oracle, but they are part of us. We are here in this physicality, yes, but we've got a whole team in the non-physical that's supporting us. And they are guiding us constantly through the body, through the signs, synchronicities. So are you staying open? Are you staying curious? Even when things are not going your way, and maybe that day you're not owning your stage, are you still staying open? And again, staying open doesn't mean that we need to be high vibe all the time, that we need to be here all the time. It actually does not. And I had that also in my fields, that I truly felt I only could show up when I was feeling super good and in a high vibration and in my bliss. But sometimes I'm not there. Hello, Ankh. How are you doing? Say hi. So, I truly would love to see more of you, including myself. I'm also absolutely talking to myself right now. But more of you to show up in the realness, in what's happening behind the scenes. Hello. In what's happening in real life. And what's going on there. What's the story behind the story? What's the feeling behind the story? Because we're all going in our ups and downs. So if we're only sharing in the ownership, in the high, isn't that giving a very skewed view to our tribe? Because we ourselves also are going to the lows. And there are shitty days, and sometimes it's a minute, sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a couple of days. And that's okay. So what I find to be very important in sharing that and in showing up is the frequency behind it. So we can share about our lessons when we are coding the stage, when you are coding the stage. We can share about the shadows, but we are still doing that with a frequency signature that's loving and compassionate. So not in the density itself, because ask yourself, do you want to code the internet, or do you want to code the world, the physical reality in that way? I don't desire to do that. Then I'd rather retract back to myself and do the work that I need to do in that moment. And then I can still share about it, online, offline, but I took the post or the video already with me in the journey, through the journey. So that frequency signature behind it, that's important. And the only question that I would like you to think about and feel about, attune with, is how would you like to code the internet? How would you like to code the world? I would say with love and with light and with abundance and with wealth and health. But that doesn't mean that we are bypassing. That doesn't mean that we only are sharing about all the beauty in life. And we are in a time right now where I truly feel that like people are longing much more for that realness because they can see right through it. And that realness means showing up in your vulnerability and owning that too. Because the vulnerability, that's your superpower. That's your most beautiful gift. So what if you show up in tears at work or in a life? Isn't that like real humanness? Isn't that really mundane? Why should we be hiding that? And not in the drama, don't get me wrong, not in the fully emotional states, but in a way that we are holding ourselves, in a way that we're leading, in a way that our body is leading us and we are showing up as the human we are also. So more of the mundane in the ownership of being you unapologetically, again in the realness, in your purity, in your rawness, in your love, unapologetically. I'm very curious if anyone has any questions, and please drop them. I would love to answer them. And if not, then this is really my invite for you to let go of the masks. Let go of any false codes. Let go of anything that you're holding on to, playing small in order to fit in, holding on to labels and boxes in order to fit in, for other people to approve of you, for other people to see you, to recognize you. They're going to recognize you and see you when you are all of you, in your realness, in your rawness. in your purity, in your love, in the light and in the shadow. And to also really start to paint with your paintbrush and bring everything that you have been learning in life and from your teachers, bring it back to you. Bring it back to your codex and how you are painting with your paintbrush, how you are painting your canvas, how you are coding the worlds. And this online space, it's beautiful. It can be very toxic, as we all know, but it's also beautiful because we can truly anchor our light codes and our codex everywhere in the world. And the reach is... And at the same time, this little screen, this little phone screen, it's too little for you. It's way too little because your greatness is like... So why restrict ourselves to this little box? So yes, I invite you to coach your stays online, but I also really invite you to go out there and to go enjoy life, to feel the pleasures of life to the fullest. From the daily pleasures, drinking that cup of coffee or delicious chocolates, to the pleasures in your partnerships, in the feel and in the touch, and in the self-pleasure practices with yourself and your body. All different layers. Go out there and go live. Follow your heart desires and lean in, truly lean in. Lean in and lean back. Trust. So important, and this is at times so difficult, especially when we are in the void because we cannot see clearly yet. But you can do this. We all can do this. We are in it and you're already doing it. So this month I'm starting with a new codex, Code Your Stage, presented by the Goddess Rising Collective. And when you desire to really own your stage, and again, not only online, but also in daily life, as the mother, as the wife, as the friend, in your business, in your work, owning your stage, learning to trust the language of your body in even deeper depths, and then to code your stage with your unique soul signature and frequency, with your unique soul codex and gifts, then I invite you to come join us for this 3 months high-level mentorship, where we will be going really deep into that, allowing our body to lead us, allowing your body to lead you, in co-creation with your soul, in co-creation with your authority, in co-creation with your beautiful family of light. And also embodying your message, your purpose. And grounding it, grounding your message. So again, that when you speak, that you own it. So you can send me a DM if you would like to receive more information about this mentorship, or you can go to the link in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram, and on Facebook I will drop the link in the comments. It's going to be very transformational in the sense of that it's gonna be body work, in terms of owning your stage, woven in with coding your stage, because they are going hand in hand. And there's one more thing that I like to add, and that's in the ownership, in owning our stage and in coding our stage. We also really require to come back to our natural cycles. So the moon cycle for us women, but also the sun cycle, the daily cycle. The seasons of the year, the cycle during the months. Because there are moments in time that we are actually leaning back and resting and relaxing. There are moments in time that we are not in that space and in that vibration, in that frequency to be out and about. Hello Tanya, thank you for joining. It's lovely seeing you. And it's really important to start to honor that, to honor those cycles and take the pressure away, take the pressure off you to be always switched on and always be present and always needing to show up in the highest vibes. To bring it back to you, to continuously bring it back to you. Especially for us women in our moon cycle, we have 4 different seasons, and there are seasons that we are just wanting to be with ourselves. What I started to do is I don't even facilitate in the week that I'm bleeding anymore, because I really want to make that my sacred time. And it's serving me so well. So to also navigate life, honoring your cycle. And in this 3-month mentorship, I will be guiding you to learn to trust your own cycle. Learn to trust your body so that you exactly know when and how you are coding your stage. When is the moment, when it's not. And I'm also gonna share beautiful practices that we can shift the energy very naturally in ways that we can still show up even when we do not fully feel in alignment. Sometimes we have obligations and we need to be present, and there are beautiful embodiment practices and somatic practices that can bring us back into feeling our body again and calling back our soul. So again, you can drop me a DM if you would like to receive some more information on it. You can go to the links, and thank you for joining this beautiful transmission. If you do have any questions, then please let me know. If anyone has any questions now, then let me know. I would love to have a little bit more engagement and hearing from you. Again, this is also part of the ownership. So what I'm seeing when I'm going live, or let's keep it to going live, and no one is saying hi, or no one is engaging, or no one is asking questions. That's okay to still be a little bit shy, but I want to see you, because I see all of you in the names. And it's that part of owning that, okay, I do have some questions. And even though it's uncomfortable because, I don't know, it's a bit scary to actually type it or to ask it. We are all so worthy and so enough of being present fully and owning it. So there are these little things in daily life in how we show up. Again, I want to repeat this one more time. It's not only owning our stage online, it's how we showing up, owning our stage as the wife, as the mother, as the friend, as the coach, as the mentor, as the employee, as the leader. Thank you so much. I'm so fearful sometimes to trust my intuition. Thank you for sharing that. And that's something that we require to learn. Because for a long time, most of us have not been connected with our body. Our soul has been out of body. So in order to fully start to trust our intuition, we need to trust the language of our body. We need to trust ourselves. And once we start to learn and lean into that first instinct, like I said, for me and my human design, it's my spleen. And it's in the moment. I need to be present in the moment. And I know if it's a yes or a no. But we also feel it in our hearts. Sometimes we just simply know. And if you're like emotional in human design, then you need to ride the full wave of emotions and coming back to that state of neutrality. And then feel in again, like, okay, what is my intuition saying? What is that inner voice? But it's really about leaning in, and allowing your body to lead you. Again, the body is the most advanced technology we are working with. So allowing the body to lead you. And fear is the illusion. So as soon as there is any fear in our field, that's the moment that as soon as we observe it, we require to step back and become the witness. Because the fear is not who we are. The fear is not who you are. I trust that served, Tanya. Again, thank you everyone who joined. And for most of you, you are in Europe. I'm wishing you a beautiful evening and a beautiful night. Sleep tight. And yeah, like reach out to me if you have any questions. And I'm sending you lots of love. Bye.